this is going to be an unpopular opinion, and I'm going to call you out since you don't seem to understand. Every single one of you over there boycotting Asian business and spreading more Asian hate, you black people with your black fatigue, okay? And what your people call them. Yeah, not my words, those are your people words. You people that is living in that black culture mentality, the poor victim mentality, thinking that people still owe you reparation. Yeah, I'm the one talking to you. Every single one of you failing in life, and then you want to blame everybody else. You see this whole Cyrus case and Mr. Chow, none of this would have happened if you raise your kids right. That little boy witnessed some of his business trying to steal water, okay? Now, I might not agree with Mr. Chow chasing the boy and shooting him in Timbuktu, okay, wherever the fuck it was, but here's the crazy part. If you had disciplined your boy right, he wouldn't be in someone's store trying to steal 50 cents bottle of water in the first place, okay? Not only that, you go and attack the attorney defending his clients, and then here's the truth of the matter. Your people, there are 7 black jurors who found your kid responsible, making Mr. Chow, okay, not guilty because they understand your culture, your mentality. You failed your kid. Your society failed your kid. Your mentality failed your kid. That attitude failed your kid. Now, if you can't reflect on that, and if you can't understand and take accountability for your failure, this will continue. More black kids are going to die. Your community is still going to struggle, and your people will continue to be in poverty. No one's going to give you a handout. Stop asking for a handout. Stop thinking you're going to make bank off your kid's death, okay? What you need to do is self-reflect on your people, your culture, your community, and stop blaming everybody else. Let me tell you, boycotting the Asian community, they're probably thanking God that your black ass don't go into their store anymore to cause a fuck.
All right, Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters is out there. On to the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. And as I'm watching this, a lot of times we always get on our people. No, that's number one. We always get on Israel, all right? From blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Our talking points is from experience of the shitty shit that our people do. But when you have outsiders, I'm one of those brothers, I will never agree with the outsiders because they talk their shit, but they talking their shit towards us while we are under the curses of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And we know why we're under those curses. They don't have a fucking clue. But look how the energy that they put it towards us and the talking points towards us. All right? Not knowing that all the shit that our people do, which is ignorant, which is stupid, and so forth, it's hard. It's cultivated by Esau, the so-called white man, who created this nigga mentality that kept pushing this thing towards the people. But now you have the other nations capitalizing off the fact of the enslavement, and this thing has been going on talking for a long period of time. The ignorance of Jake and using the N-word and so forth. Does she bring out some points? Like I said, I don't agree with anything that they say. I don't give a fuck what they say because they have no say when it comes to us, right? Because even though we talk in a general sense when it comes to these other nations, it's not because we know the other nations are off. They just talk shit about us because of the talking points that they've been spoon-fed by Esau, and that's a lot of things is coming out, and in this whole Asian hate thing, and every other group of individuals have some sort of protection except for the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Like we're the ones that's fucking up everything, right? We're the ones that's tearing this world apart, and we get that type of heat. Like we're the ones that's bombing places and stealing people's identities and so forth, you know, as a collective. And no, we don't own nothing. We don't have nothing. And the reason why we go to them for anything is because of those curses. And they captivated and they live lovely. She looked like she's well to do. She looked like she's not dealing with no sort of poverty or whatsoever. They're gonna tell you, oh, because they work hard. What about that loan that you get from the U.S. government to set up shop? All right, and then where do you make most of your business from? It's from the quote unquote black community. Every last one of these nations do that. So this is all the Yahweh Bashim Yahushai stirring up the pot and seeing how everybody feels about Israel. And with you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, either y'all don't like each other, too bad. Well, we say we have all the same history. We have the same cause. We have the same issues. And the same issues are from the same people as everybody. Everybody's against us. Nobody's for us. Okay? Even our own people turn against us. And I was watching that coon. That nigga's a coon. I can't stand that dude. Nobody likes him anyway. What's his name? Anton Daniels and shit like that. And his talking points is like her talking point. You know what I'm saying? And now you watch these things, watch these individuals. See, these other nations expect you, those of us who have, you know, a brain, to agree with them when it comes to these points. To the point where you turn around and look at your people like they're the cause of all wrongs that's in this world. And we know for a fact we we don't cause the problem. We're just a product of this society. All right, we're a product of the anger of the wrath of the Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Reality, that's the reality of it. And because the Lord said it. All right. And these other individual nations take full advantage of Jake's downfall. All right. They captivate, they live off of our downfall. This is why they didn't want us to know who we were. Think about it. If our people don't do what you just said, who the fuck they gonna point the finger on? Anything goes wrong. Raise your children right. Not even understanding what's going on within the quote unquote black community. Unlike the Asians, which she's probably Moab, all right, they have a family system. That shit is not even heavily promoted for us. So everything that goes wrong, they want to point out is all of them are taking advantage of our downfall. This is why I can never agree with anything what they say. If we say our talking points, we saying our talking points because we know what's going on. And we'll curse our people out in a dime. We'll not talk shit, we talk facts, truth. All right? That's not a thing where I don't know what that just is. That's not a thing where these other nations they come up and say, like talk that shit. Nah. You talk your shit for your own fucking people. All right? Y'all got more issues than we do, for the most part. It's just that y'all are able to do what? To prosper off of our downfall. Matter of fact, I keep talking about it. Let me get it. And a bitch like that, she gonna get what's coming to her. Or actually, it's not even her. Every last one of them. All these nations gonna get what's coming to them. All right. Matter of fact, let me start with this one. Lamentation 2 and was it 14 or 15? So yeah, we're smarter than you. We're this, we're that, and that dumb I don't know. He was probably a gook or not talking about naming a whole bunch of things that is made in China and shit like that, which is hilarious because without Israel, none of the shit would be made. Period. But they want to take full advantage of our downfall. It says Lamentations 2:15. All that pass by their hands and at thee, they hiss and they wag their head at the daughters of Jerusalem, saying, "Is this a city that men shall call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee." All right, you see that? And you got a lot of the apologists, so to speak, those people that will agree with her standpoint and understand her anger because they're not empathetic to their own cause, to their own fucking problem. You can live in a fucking hood. You understand clearly what's going on. All right. And yo, who hates more niggas more than we do? We, because we know. But this is fam. This is when we talk about our shit. We talk about our shit. We talk about our family shit. That's in-house shit. But these other nations, they want to talk their shit. So they're gonna get what's coming to them for talking that shit. Okay. Hey, how about Shimmy Shai? Don't play that shit. Like the scripture says, I'm gonna quote it. I'm going to quote it. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna quote it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'll come back to that. I'm gonna use this one. Romans 14:4. It says, "Who art thou that judgest another man's servant to his own master?" So these mother effers, the elites, all these other nations going to the Lord, telling the Lord about look at these people. Look what they're doing. You know, they're like animals. They're this and that. Who the fuck are you to say anything about what's going on with us? Shouldn't y'all be concerned about your own shit? And the reason why she's bitching and complaining, she's about to lose a lot of fucking money. Because at the end of the day, who's always been the target of everything financially? Jake. Jake is the one that support your fucking businesses. All right? That is a boycott thing that's going on Instagram and whatever. But soon there's gonna be a full blown boycott. And who mentioned it? Was it the bro said it? Or was it something? No, I was watching a thing about it, and it would mention Do the Right Thing. When you watch the movie Do the Right Thing, the Koreans was acting all foolish the whole fucking film until they saw the Italian restaurant pizzeria got destroyed. They said, "My brother, my brother." He said, "My brother," and you could feel the anger within that particular scene. Like they're like, "Nah, yo, don't like," and they wanted to tear them apart. Okay, but nothing happened to them in that film. But during the LA riots, oh yeah, shit happened. Okay, but yeah, these other nations and all these people, they're going around blaming Jake for everything that goes wrong. So the scripture says to his own, said, "Who art thou that judges another man's servant to his own master? He standeth, he standeth or falleth, yea, he shall be held up from the Most High, is able to make him stand." So the Lord's gonna ultimately make Israel stand. So they could sit there and talk all the shit all day, all night. The Lord's not pleased with them. So they could, like us, Moab, Ammon, Esau, all these nations gonna get theirs. Every last fucking one of them. Okay? It says back in Lamentations 2:16, all thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, "We have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for we have found, we have seen it." So all these they was happy for our downfall. And now that we're down and out and they seen the behavior, think about that shit. So you finally got us down. Psalms 83rd chapter. All the nations came after and make sure that we know who we were, right? To ensure the fact, to make sure we stay ignorant. And then when we stay ignorant, and we do certain things, then they get upset that we ignorant. Tell me, does that make any fucking sense? Tell me. And even in the case that took place, stating that the kid did not steal anything, and they chased this kid, and they killed him. All right. Oh, like that on Anton Daniels is like, first of all, he wasn't a kid. He was a teenager. All right, fine. He was a fucking teenager. So a so-called black kid or a black teen would be considered anything age, but when a white boy does something, he's a child to the point of like 20 fucking years old. You see the standard? And this hatred that everybody has towards to the Jake, man, it's a beautiful thing. Because what the Lord's about to do to these nations, man, it's not gonna be funny. Jeremiah 15:5. It says, "For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem, or who shall bemourn thee, or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest?" Nobody. Nobody gives a damn about you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? Nobody gives a two shits about you. Like I said, you have people that's supposed to be part of the people that would talk shit with other nations and agreeing with them. That's what is a big fat no-no. They're actually agreeing with these nations and agreeing with their talking point. When I look at the comment board in that particular little video, one person said, she's right. How the fuck is she right? She didn't say nothing that was correct. Oh, look how you raised them, this, that, to the third. Like, all right, that still didn't justify the action that took place because the kid didn't do nothing. All right. So everything's coming out one way or another. It says Jeremiah 48:29. We have heard the pride of Moab. He's exceedingly proud. His loftiness and his anguish, his arrogance and his pride and the haughtiness of his heart. I know his wrath, saith the Lord, but it shall not be so. His lies shall not so affect it. Therefore will I howl for Moab, and I will cry out for all Moab, and my heart shall mourn for the men of Kirnis, because the Lord is about to destroy Moab. Because who's on the front news of everything as a mega power? Moab. All right. So all these nations are going to get what's coming to them. That blame game and all this other stuff, they don't even know what's going on deeply. All right. They don't know that the Lord has cursed their people. And that's the only reason why they have a foot over us. It's absurd. It's truly absurd to see all these people benefiting from Jake downfall. Want to talk about, like I stated, when Jake is ignorant and spending their money on them, they don't have a fucking problem. They'll talk their shit. They have no fucking problem. But when Jake say, you know what, let's do something. Let's be ignorant, but let's not bring our business to them. That's when they have a fucking problem. It's amazing, huh? Deuteronomy 28:45. What was it 46? 43. It says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt not be the tail. So there's a reason why we're in the conditions that we are in. See, and we have the answers. Everybody else is trying to figure it out. Like the elder bro keep putting up the videos of all these is niggas. It's fucking niggas that go and talking shit about the Most High's Son, not believing in the scriptures, not understanding that this scriptures explains what they're going through. So this is why our anger and our fury towards them, because it's the anger of the Lord. The Lord don't give a fuck what Moab or Ammon think or Esau. What can the bottom the base of people can really say towards the Lord's people? And even in our worst of a state, we're far greater than them. Our life are of more value. It may not seem that way, all right, but we're more worth than anything. It's just that the Lord is pissed off with us. And this is the last of it. All right. But once again, these other nations don't understand what's going on. Neither do we care. Don't give two shits what these fucking people think. All right. Because at the end of the day, they're going to get what's coming to them. Jeremiah 30 and 16 says, therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them. And that woman just proved that she's an adversary. She's rooting and ranting. And you think she should be rooting and ranting against Esau, the so-called white man that caused all the fucking problems? No, she's good. She's fat. She's living a fat life. She's living a good life. All right? If Esau said, we're cutting off the business, oh, they will kiss the white man's ass in a heartbeat. They will never come out their mouth to say anything of that nature, because they hold all the cards. We don't hold nothing. All we do is we're just a consumer. That's all they see. Matter of fact, hold on, let me get this scripture real quick. Luke 16 and 19, I believe. 16, 19. It says, I'm sorry, 16, 19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and frayed substantially and every day. Talking about that's a representation of royalty. That's a representation of the people of today that we call Edomites. They live a good, delicious life. All right. Those people have to go to them to get the fucking the green light to set up the shops, to set up the businesses. No matter how educated they think they are, smart they think they are, which they are smart, easy manipulated, but smart, right? They still need validation from the so-called devil. So don't come to us telling us and shit. Is that there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores, and desired to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. Who are the dogs? The other nations. All right, they licked Lazarus' sores. In other words, they aided his misery. And when you get angry or you do something, they get upset. Then they want to make, like, I remember back in the days around my way in Brooklyn, and it was a one of those gook spots where they sell fruits and vegetables and all that shit. And then there was a Levite woman, Haitian woman, that goes there. So what happens? They have the food, they have the fruits and everything like that. So time to time, Jake, they see a grape, they take a grape, taste it to see if it's sweet or not. That's like a common thing. But this spot, oh no, 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 no. They decided, nah, she had to pay for it, whatever. It was anger. They beat her up. And it was in the news in Brooklyn and all that. And my aunt, she was out there, protesting and shit like that. And they protested that joint for a long time. For a very long, and they shut the business down because Jake don't believe in Jake. Jake don't, you know what I'm saying? You don't see the value. But just knowing that back then, to see how the gooks be acting just for a fucking grape, you know what I'm saying? It shows you that they care less. If you go to a gook spot, back in the days, I don't go to Chinese food, and you couple cents off, they're not giving you no food. And then here they are, they're feeding you all this madness. You don't know what the fuck you eating, but they're doing you a favor, right? Okay? And it's, when you go into the scriptures, and what they're doing is, once again, it's part of the curses. Like if you have food that is in shambles, all right, like the parts that's no good, you're not supposed to be eating every fucking part of the meats and so forth. And whatever you have, you throw away, give it to the dogs, or you throw it out, give it to the nations. Well, guess what? We became the heathens, and the heathens are giving us whatever the fuck they want, and we just go around eating it. Okay, so the roles has reversed. So these are the dogs that came and licked our wounds, made things worse, and get upset when we say enough is enough. Is Jake gonna do it? They might start, but the real protest, the real upheaval is during Jacob's trouble. And Jacob's trouble is gonna be their fucking end. Okay? I wanted to just bring that one out. Let me go back to Jeremiah 30 and 16. It says, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. So every one. So you could have these clowns, Genesis, all these fake ass Hebrew Israelites trying to save the Gentiles. That's on. I don't even say that's on them, because they try to. They really hate themselves to say that shit, but they can't refute this particular scripture. Everybody. So the shit talking goop chick, and she'll actually have a problem with Negroes. Well, when all hell breaks loose, you're gonna see exactly. you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it firsthand. All right. It says, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. Spoil mean plundered, things taken, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So with that situation that happened to that Jake, the Lord first, that was judgment on the Jake kid, because he's a kid in the society, which is a baby goat. That was that judgment on him, but that was that judgment on that group that did that, Mr. Chow, whatever his goddamn name is. And now it's gonna be on all of them. One bad apple, right? That's what they've been doing to us all the time. They the ones that tell their sons and their daughters to stay away from us. All right. And you always see the cultural difference. Like they don't know part. They're interested. They're not interested because they don't want to be seen. But all that, listen, all that is all good, because when we get our power, which we're about to get our power real soon, then you people in the world are hurt. If I will restore health unto thee, and the first step, I should have got it, but I'm not gonna. So I'm not gonna make it this too long. But when you go to Revelations 11th chapter, the Lord restored us by what? By giving us His word. So you're not dealing with ignorant Negroes out there. You have a sector of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that can see right through your bullshit. You are the nations, and we know what's going to happen to you. It says, and I will heal thee from thy wounds, saith the Lord, because they call thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tent, and have mercy on his dwelling places. And the city shall be built upon her own heap, and a palace shall remain after the manner thereof. So we're going to get back what's ours. And all these nations, they're going to be under our foot, point blank, period. All right. And then in the kingdom of heaven, that bitch is going to sing a whole nother tune. And even now, all right, the rise of Israel, the rise of so called black men, Latino men, Native Americans. Gotta keep pushing that out there because they forget about them. You know, the rise of these men, these judges, these guys. That's gonna be soon. Every last word, everything that they said against us, they're gonna have to pay for it. Every fucking nasty shit. The those special dinner talks. They're sitting down. They want to copy us. First of all, everybody wants to be a nigga, but they don't want to be a nigga. Okay? And I don't know if she's North Korean. I don't know what she is. I know she speaks English very well. And she's on a rampage. And she feels offended by the fact that Jake said, nah, we're not going to do no business. And if like, if you got an issue with the fact that you don't give a damn about if Jake don't come to your neighborhoods or purchase anything, then shut the fuck up. See if your businesses can stay afloat. Shit, even the U.S. economy cannot withstand the fact if Jake stops spending in the U.S. economy, this fucking place will collapse overnight. Is what Israel's the ones that hold this place up, but the Lord is removing that fraudulent what's that word for it? That fraudulent alliance that his people have with these other nations. The Lord is the reason why these things are going to be broken apart. And we can't wait. All right. We can't wait. Because as soon as the people really detach themselves from the rest of the nations, all hell is going to break loose. All right. So with that being said, shalom to the elected nations. Shalom.